Good morning, positive people. Buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia, ni hao. This is Mr. Booker. And today we're going to get back to reading Ghost Boys by Jewell Parker Rhodes. But before we get to the reading, remember we have to wash our hands, and wipe away the germs, So what I need you all to do is put your electronic device on pause, or you can bring it with you to the sink, grab some soap. Mr. Booker's going to lead over here to his right-hand side. Put a little bit of sanitizer in my hands, and we can sing ABCs together. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? So let's get to the book. Ghost Boys by Jewell Parker Rhodes. I'm really excited about getting to this book. School's out. Winter, spring, summer. Every time I see a black kid, I yell, "Be safe!" They never hear me. Walking my neighborhood, I wonder how anyone can laugh, be happy. The streets are dangerous. Gangs, bullies, drive-bys, police with guns. But people need to be happy, or else be like me. I shout, dead, listless, weighted down with hard stories. Strange, though I feel something's in the air, like a shift, something I've got to do. Lately, I've been lingering on my street. Nights, wild sunflowers in a vacant lot close up. Scents of chicken and collards blow through kitchen windows. I wish I could eat, play, hug my sister, pat a dog, stroke a cat. Without rest, I wonder and watch, see a world that's no longer mine. Carlos was trying to make me happy, and I was happy for a bit. If I'd known I was going to die, would I have become his friend? Truth is, even though it didn't last long, it was nice to have a friend. Carlos, since school ended, since Kim said, "You have to tell Grandma." I haven't seen Carlos. I stand on the school steps and think, Carlos. Within seconds, I'm in an apartment building. Carlos is lying on his bed, his hands covering his eyes. He isn't sleeping. Every now and then, his right leg twitches. He sniffs. Wind blows. Flaps the curtains. On Carlos' dresser are candlesticks, a drawing of a toy gun, a sandwich wrapper from the school's cafeteria, a drumstick, and another drawing of 2 bathroom stalls with me and Carlos both inside, slapping, pounding, playing percussion on the plastic partition. There's a silver cross dangling from black rosary beads and a school photograph, me from the 7th grade, cut from the Chicago Tribune. It's a memory altar, like Grandma's, except hers has an upright cross and the old black and white photographs of her and Grandpa Lenny. Grandpa's been dead a long time, since I was born, but every Sunday Grandma lights candles and talks to a picture of Grandpa in a sailor's uniform. He looks good in his bright white sailor's cap and bell-button pants, handsome. He's got a wide nose and a big smile. Grandma tells Grandpa about her week, about her feet. Her feet hurt, how she misses him, how Kim got a 90% in spelling. I'm sure she told him about my dying. Folks are going to think you are crazy, Ma insists, talking to a picture. I hope Carlos will talk to me. I focus. I move Sarah's book. How hard would it be to lift and let paper fly? Hard. I was angry when I moved Sarah's book. I'm not angry anymore. Watching Carlos alone in his room, nothing much in it except the bed, dresser, and altar. I feel sad. I wish he had toys. books, a drum set. Wish I could give him the posters from my room. Focus, I think. Friends forever, always, amigos. My newspaper photo flutters, lifts, then falls, flutters somewhere, some more. Friends forever, always. The paper lifts and flies, soars like a feather, landing softly on Carlos's stomach. He sits up, holds the paper, searches the room. Jerome? I'm standing right in front of him. He stretches out his hands. You forgive me? Carlos, the door opens. You all right? Yes, Papa. The two look alike. Sable eyes, black hair, black lashes. Neither is tall, but I can tell Carlos is going to be strong like his dad. Go outside, play. Otherwise, I think you want to go back to San Antonio. Here's fine. You still worried about that boy? He points at my picture. No, not anymore, says Carlos, staring beyond me. His name was Jerome, my first Chicago friend. And Carlos starts crying, deep, gulping sobs. Carlos, what's wrong? Sitting on the twin bed. His dad holds him. Carlos tells him the whole story. Frightened of a new school, bullies, the toy gun. Gun? His dad pulls back angrily, his jaws tightening. He inhales. I think he's going to blast Carlos. Papa, I'm sorry. He closes his eyes. You shouldn't have to go to school scared. I'm not scared anymore, Papa. Really. Carlos comforts his father. Jerome helped. Helps? He looks at the space where I'm standing. You should have told me you were scared. I was ashamed. Never be. You are a good son. Everyone gets scared sometimes. It's how you handle it that matters. His dad closes his eyes again, like he wants to unsee what he's imagining. It could have been you, Carlos gasped. He hasn't thought of himself dead. Terror-stricken, he trembles. He clutches his dad's hand. A small hand clasped tightly by a larger hand. I place my hand on top of theirs. Neither fills me. I've got to tell Jerome's family. Him dying was my fault. Do you want me to come? I know Carlos wants to say, yes, come. Instead, he says, I'll do it. His dad hugs him. A good friend knows you didn't mean for anything bad to happen. See, Jerome was a good friend. His family will understand. They'll feel sad, but they'll understand. Really, really, I whisper. Day of the Dead, Carlos says. I want to honor Jerome. Then Carlos' eyes squinting, looks up. Honor you, Jerome, always. Maybe he does feel me. He nods. I nod, though he doesn't see. Day of the Dead. Can we do that, Poppy? Bring San Antonio to Chicago? Carlos nods. Sure. We'll honor Jerome for being good to my boy. Carlos' father ruffles his hair. I know you tried being good to him. I did. You did. So now, Carlos has been thinking about telling his family about the toy gun that he let Jerome borrow. And Carlos has also just told his father about what has occurred and what occurred that day on his first day of school. So I look forward to reading with you all tomorrow. I hope that you have a great day. And I'll just say thanks again for reading Ghost Boys with me by Jewell Parker Rhodes. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye. Love you all.